Good morning, guys. It's another day after work. I'm actually sitting in my car. Yeah. So last night, this is what happened, okay? I was home, warming up my food. This was like around 8:10 or so. And then I got a phone call. I just heard my phone ringing. So I checked it and I saw, the area code to my job. So I was wondering who's calling me from this number. It was my manager. She was like, "Girl, where you at?" I'm like, "Home." She said, "You're supposed to be at work." And I was like, "No, I'm not scheduled to be at work tonight." She was like, "Yes, you are." I was like, I said, "Well, I'm home right now, so what do you want me to do?" And then she said, "You're just gonna have to come in, or I'll just mark you as a no call, no show." I was like, let me tell you, this happened to me before at my other job as well. Same situation. I was in the middle of cooking and my charge nurse called me. So this time around, I was, just about to eat. So I was like, I'm just gonna eat, that way I don't have to worry about packing lunch to work. And then I'll just, grab some snack to go. So that's just what I did. And then I got stuck in traffic because, the highway was closed. The route that I usually take to work. So I had to use a detour. And that took me like a whole hour because I was stuck in traffic for a while. Then I got to work. It wasn't really that busy. I was like, "Why did you call me to come in?" Then she was like, "Because I need more staff. Everybody else has patients right now. Whoever was on call was called in already. So, because on my unit, you have to be on call for like a 16-hour call. You can split this up and it depends on the need of the unit. So they'll call you in. So anyway, I was on the staff, which means my name was just like under the staff list as available staff. Should we get any admission or somebody just shows up, then I will be the next in line to have that patient. So I was free I got to work like about almost 10 o'clock, and then I was staffed for. I didn't get a patient till about almost 4. The patient. So I was just sitting down, doing stuff on our learning, our e-learning website, which is where we do like our continuous education, whatever the educator has posted or the hospital has posted for us to do. I was catching up on those. I try to get them done at work, so I'm not doing them at home. And also we do some audits that the educator assigned to us. So I was doing that, and then I was able to finish that. I try to get it done because I don't know how my other nights will be, and I'm supposed to turn it in like 14 days after it was handed to me. And I had already, it was given to me, I think, when I was at work last weekend or so. So anyway, I got that done. I was finally in the break room. I kind of finished my break. I was just hanging out there with, the other, with my co-workers because, there wasn't anything else for me to do. That's how labor and delivery is, guys. Sometimes you're so busy, you can't even, catch a breath. And then there are other days when it's a little bit chilled, then something else will just come up. So it's, kind of unpredictable. Just like you don't know, when someone goes in labor. So around 3:20 or so, the patient came into OBI. So before I went on break, there wasn't any patient in there. OBI is like our obstetric intake, which is where like they do triage. I can't work there until after a year. So I still have some time, which is like I'm like chilling because it can get very crazy over there. So I there was no patient there at the time when I went on break. So the charge nurse came in like about 3:40, and she said, "Marion, you're getting a patient." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm getting a patient? Where's the patient coming from?" She was like, "What do you mean? Where's the patient coming from?" "From OBI." I'm like, she said 8 centimeters dilated. I'm like, "What?" Yes. So this patient, came from home, 8 centimeters dilated, guys, which means she had 2 more to go. And she's just a 23-year-old G2 P1. And this will be her second baby. So she was 39 weeks pregnant, and she came in. She was screaming in pain because obviously this is unmedicated delivery, labor. So she didn't get any epidural, nothing. So she's like really gonna have this, this is like a natural, no medication, nothing. Anyway, so I just got up, my coworkers were helping me like set up the room so we could prepare everything. And usually what happens when patients like this just come from home, we put them under what we call surveillance because we don't know what their COVID status is, whether they're positive or negative. And we just dress up as if they are positive so that when they get, their test done and get their result back, if they're positive, then we're already, protected somehow. So this is what happened in this case. The patient came in, so we were in the room preparing, and then the nurse just pulled up with the patient. Okay. So I'm like, I didn't know they were gonna bring the patient in, this at this time. So we were just setting up the room before we could even come out and, gown up and stuff. As she was wheeling the patient in, we were like, me and my other coworker were like just trying to run out of the room because we don't even have our N95 or anything on. So then the nurse from OBI was trying to like get the patient situated, transfer the patient to the bed and all. And then we came back outside, gowned up and everything. I went in, and the most exciting part of this night, guys, this patient was a midwife patient. Yes, I love, to see the midwives in action because, this is hopefully my ultimate dream. So I just, love to, my ultimate goal, I should say. I love to like see them in action, and start learning, get some tips and tricks as we go. Obviously, my priority is the patient and doing my job, but at the same time, I'm watching on the side and seeing what's going on, what they're doing, how they, intervene and stuff. So I was very excited about that. And the reason why I was very excited is because we don't usually have them on night shift. They're mostly on the day shift. Every now and then you will have them on the night shift. And even when they're on night shift, you're not so lucky to have a patient that's a midwife patient, Some nights they're on, but I don't have a patient that's a midwife patient. My patients are like OB patients and stuff. I mean, I learned from the OBs too, but they do stuff sometimes a little bit different. So that's why I was so excited. So I was like, yeah, once I saw the midwife walking, I'm like, oh, yes. Anyway, she came in, did the COVID test, and then shortly after just checked the patient, and patient was complete. So now we really have to like deliver this baby. So then we did everything we had to do. Patient delivered by like 4 something. Bouncy baby boy. Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh, I get excited talking about this stuff. Yes, it's such an amazing process. Every time I think about it, I'm just like, this is the most wonderful sight. Anyway, oh God, so after delivery, we're in the room getting ourselves together, doing all, when the patient came in initially, I had no time to like document anything because everything was just going so fast. She kept saying it, oh my God, everything was just going so fast. This was after the delivery. I'm like, I know, tell me about it. So anyway, yeah, everything was just going so fast, and then I didn't even have the chance to like document anything. So what I usually do is I just have one paper that I just write my times and what's going on so that I can keep up, do my annotations and do my documentation and everything that I had to do. So then the charge nurse called me and said, your patient is positive. My heart just dropped. Not for me, but I mean, usually the doctors come in or the midwife or whoever, to deliver this news. But sometimes we can tell them too if we're already in the room, So since I was in the room when I got the message, I didn't really react because, I don't want her to feel a certain way. So I just kept my cool and I said, okay, thank you. And then I just turned to her and I said, your COVID test came back positive. I mean, this is a 23-year-old. Yes, this is how serious this COVID thing is getting, guys, which is why I'm sharing the story. Take this thing seriously. It's no joke. Keep your mask on, maintain social distancing, hand washing constantly, all the necessary precautions you can take, please, okay? She was so, in shock. She said, I have been doing everything. I have been staying home. I haven't even been going out. I have been washing my hands. She mentioned everything that you're supposed to do. She said she's been doing. I'm like, this is the thing about COVID. You don't really know, sometimes a lot of people walking around, they don't know if they have it. I said, you may not, have been going outside. You may have been doing everything right. But the people that come around you, you don't know where they go after, they leave your house, where they've been, and then they come back and she was like, I know, that's true. So I just, told her, like, don't worry about it. The good thing, she was asymptomatic, like no fever, nothing. She had none of the symptoms at all. So this was like why she was so surprised, because she was like, I don't even have any of the symptoms. I'm like, yeah, we have people that are asymptomatic, nothing at all. And then we have people that come in. But anyway, the midwife later on came in, explained everything to her, broke down the news to her and told her we're just gonna order a chest x-ray and we're gonna, order some labs, which I ended up doing. The guy came from x-ray and, did the chest x-ray, ordered some labs, and then she said we'll just take it from there, whatever we see once all the results come back. She was like, yes, please, let's just do whatever we can so we can get, take care of this. So I just, encouraged her to keep her mask on while she was holding her baby. And then just, when she gets home, or, call her family right now to find a way to, everybody can get tested. So, because earlier on she was on the phone with her mom, so excited. They were talking, laughing, all that. Now to call her back and break this news, I could just feel her pain. But it was so, I'm so happy that, she was able to cheer up a little bit and not feel so, bad about everything, because as devastating as it can be to get a news like this, considering what is going on around the country, can be very, 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 sad. So that was my night, guys. I transferred her to the COVID unit. Right when we got the result back, we had to take her out right away so we can prep that room, clean it up for the next patient, because this is the labor unit I was on. And this is, if you watched my previous video, you know that the labor unit is the clean unit, and then the antepartum unit is now our COVID designated COVID unit. So I had to right away transfer her to that unit and just stayed with her for, you know, the rest of the night till the day shift staff came in. So once the day shift staff came in, I just, you know, endorsed everything to her, and then finished up my documentation. I had to go back and make sure I really did everything, because I was like, so, you know, yeah, I had to do all of that again. But anyway, that's how my night went. Started off crazy, but, you know, ended up so nice. I just wished her well, her baby, and I just, you know, told her, you know, it's gonna be okay, you know. Yeah. But thank you for watching this video and listening to my morning vent.